Hello, all you beautiful people. It's Lisa. I'm going to be playing with my tripod today because I got to use it. We're actually celebrating Christmas Eve on the 26th and Christmas on the 27th because my kids are grown and I have to share them. There we go. Sorry, this is what it looks like when I don't put product on my hair. And that noise is the dog scratching at the door. So I'm on a pause. And those that you don't know me, this channel is about living life with chronic illness and disability. And I personally am disabled and getting old. I tell you what, it's getting old's not for the weak. Between arthritis and everything else, it's just you know when the weather's going to change. That's for sure. So but we're celebrating because but one of my kids have significant others, and they've already celebrated Christmas, and so they're coming in tonight. One's going to be here in about a half hour or so. So, him and his girlfriend, and so then the others will be in about 4 hours, and then we'll start Christmas Eve with the reading of Was the Night Before Christmas, which I always do, because we're in a house where Santa still is alive and well. Their Santa gifts are already out. So they'll get those as soon as they get in. There won't be any delay on those. And not sure how I'm liking this. I really don't. I did get Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day, so that's the plus. So I think it's only fair next year that we switch it up. I get Christmas and everybody else gets Thanksgiving. But we'll see. We'll see. But I think that's the thing about having boys. They go with the girls or the girl family. And I knew that. I knew that from the very beginning because that's part of the old adage, you know. When your daughter marries, you gain a son. When your son marries, you lose a son. That's not really going to be that way. My boy's still very much keeping contact with me, but it's bittersweet watching them grow up. But at the same time, it's kind of nice. I'm ready to. I got one teenager left, and so that's plenty for now. I mean, I had three at one time, and we know how that went. Those of you that have been following me for years, and now we're down to one. The other two are working full time and living real lives, as we used to say in college, living their real lives. But today's a bad day for my back, and so I'm not getting around very well. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fake this, because I'm going to have to fake it because I don't want this to be a bust. But the good thing is that if we need something, everything's over. I had problems last night. The plumbing's screwed up in my new bathroom, and so I've got to get a plumber out here to fix it. I'm not going to. I know nothing about plumbing, though it looks like it'd be something that would be easier to fix than not, because it's all exposed and it's the outside part. But also the guy, when he built the bathroom, was showing me the hot water in the sink, and he burned his hand, and so now I can't have a hot shower. I have to have a lukewarm shower. It does make for quick showers, but not very comforting in the wintertime. So when I get a plumber out here, I'm going to have him fix that too, because I'm not going to spend the rest of my life having cold showers. That's not going to happen. And I've been talking to some people, and there's a little bit of confusion about the MCI. But the MCI as opposed to dementia. And I do not have dementia. There is 1 point difference between dementia and mild cognitive impairment. But I am doing well. 23 out of 30 is mild cognitive impairment, but 22 out of 30 is dementia. And right now, my lowest score is language, though I talk all the time. So I hide it easy, but I do forget words and I do replace words with other words in order to hide the fact that that is very low. I do believe, though, that was permanent damage from a stroke and not necessarily has anything to do with dementia. I think the rest of my brain healed where it was coming up dementia. I think it was probably damage from the stroke, and over time, my brain healed itself. And the language part, most likely, is just permanent damage that's not going to heal. But I'm okay with that because people can't tell that I have a language until I have aphasia. I have a problem with aphasia, or if we're fighting. But for the most part, I can carry on a conversation for days and not have a problem. And so that's good. So that doesn't show up. I am getting worried about what's going to happen in less than a month, but at the same time, there's part of me that there's hope that either I'm completely wrong, which I don't think is the case, or it's been eerily quiet. And, let's face it, the government knows what the drones are. If they didn't know what the drones were, they'd be shooting them down. They are of the government, I'm convinced. It's part of a top secret. My dad had top secret clearance in the Air Force, and the government lies all the time. Because if we know, the enemy knows. So if they told us, we can't keep our mouths shut. So I have no doubt that they know exactly what they're dealing with and what they are, and they are not of danger. They are not a problem. They are military. The military knows exactly what they are, and they're experimenting with them. I'm not buying that any of that is foreign adversaries. Just because you don't know, you don't need to know everything. We as a country don't need to know everything because loose lips sink ships, if we remember. But of course, we don't have history anymore. So, our kids probably won't know that saying. But no, not everything's meant to be known by everybody. Because if we know it, the enemy knows it, and we don't want the enemy to know everything. I have always believed in aliens only because, well, I just have, I think it was kind of self-centered to not, but I don't care. I'm not losing sleep over it. I don't care if they're here. Come on in. I'm a big, huge Doctor Who fan. I mean, huge. I've got a license plate over there on my wall. I've got sonic screwdrivers. I've got the whole shebang. And it could be anything from amoebas to, humanoid to anything. So I'm not worried about it. There was always a joke. I am 60. And so, when I was in high school, the joke was, and I never heard of it before, but the joke was that redheaded people are actually aliens, and we're lizard people, and we're here to take over the earth. And so I learned how to do a lizard thing. So I go, and so I used to do that just to freak them out. And then, and then they say, oh, the blue eyes, those are aliens. Well, baloney, but it's a recessive gene. But Ezekiel saw the wheel. My dad always said, oh, no, there's no aliens because they're not in the Bible. Well, Ezekiel saw the wheel. What was the wheel? Way up in the middle of the air. But we're not going to start quoting Bible verses because I don't want to get into a discussion with the MAGA because they just quote Bible verses. They don't read their Bible. And I'm not talking about Republicans. I am talking about MAGAs. And fear MAGA, goodbye. My page has managed to clear itself of a few. And that's okay. I'm good when the trash takes itself out. And I don't have to take the trash out for her. So, anyway, you have a wonderful day. Remember, live life to the fullest. Live life with no regrets. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Color is green. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.